Hello, namaste. So here I am, same day, a little bit later. This time I'm on the floor. Baby is still asleep, haha. And I've been doing some work on the computer. My neck is very tight, and my hamstrings are tight. So, and my low back hurts a little, and my butt feels tight. So, sitting on the floor here, I'm just going to extend my legs out right in front of me, pull my butt flesh away. I'm going to roll my head around a few times. So rolling our head around is going to release lots of tension and tightness in the neck. You may need more, like a massage or something, but generally this is going to help release tension. So with my back nice and long, my sacrum and my hips planted into the earth, engaging my feet, opening my toes, I'm going to fold over my extended legs. So if your hands land beside you, and this is as far as you get, as long as you feel the stretch in the hamstrings, it doesn't matter how far you go down. Also, if you feel, if you don't feel it in the back as much as you would like to, we can always just bend our knees a little bit and fold forward. Okay? So just shorten our lever, shorten our length of our legs. Well, we'll fold forward. And once you get to the point where you have folded as far as you can fold, I want you to allow the shoulders to hang down and then drop the head. Now if your head or neck feels like it's strained, you can always put a pillow or a block, or in this case I'm going to put my shoe under my head, and I'm just going to hang here for a few breaths. So keeping the legs engaged, folding in half. Taking nice deep breaths. You're going to feel your belly pressing against your stomach. Your belly pressing against your thighs possibly. And if that's the case, you're going to feel a little compression when you inhale and the belly expands. I would like you to imagine that you can feel the sides of your body expanding out like you have gills. You can feel your back expanding like you're breathing with your back. So just folding forward for like 3 or 4 breaths or longer. It depends on what you would like, but I'm just going to stay here for a couple breaths. On your next inhale, take your fingertips and press them into the floor next to your knees and roll up. Now you can roll up one vertebrae at a time and your head come up last. Or you can extend a nice long straight back and roll up. Use your hands to push against the earth. So don't put all of the pressure and all of the work on your spine. Put it on your arms as well. Another thing I'm going to show you, another move we can do. You can do this with the baby running around and the dog and everything. Pulling that butt flesh away. Kissing the soles of your feet together and pulling the heels as close to your perineum as possible. That perineum is the area between your vagina or testes and your anus. So that area. So pull the heels as close to that as you can. Is comfortable. And then we're going to, just right from the hips, we're going to fold in half right from the hips. Imagine you can lower your chest right to the floor. Just imagine. And we'll fold forward. Allow the arms to rest somewhere. If today's the day where you're just sitting this way, that's okay. If you feel like you'd like to have something under the elbows, you can put a pillow or block or books. I'm going to put my yoga mat rolled up under my arms and fold forward. You're going to feel a nice deep lengthening and stretching of the hips, of the thighs, and possibly a lengthening on both sides of the low back and the neck if you allow the head to fall. And again, if it's not working out and the neck feels funky or it's tight or anything that's not comfortable, when you fold forward, place your forehead on, like I said, I'm using my shoe today. Place your forehead down. You take a few breaths here. This feels really good to me today, so I'd like to stay here longer. And when you're ready, if you can stay here for as long as you like, minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, if you feel like, once you start to notice that gravity is helping you to lengthen, you can move one of the props and lower down even further. And then roll up when you're ready. Remember, using your hands to roll up. The last thing I'm going to show you today is something that I do fairly often. So let's counter that pose that we just did by bending one of your knees and bringing the heel to your hip. And so we'll just roll around here. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the quad here. Rolling around. Imagine you have a pole or a beam of light coming up the middle of your body and rotate around in the opposite direction. So you're going to feel a deep stretch here when you rotate. You can rotate faster or slower. Straighten that leg, and then of course we'll do the other side. Rotating. So if you're feeling like you want to sit on something, you can obviously sit on a carpet or your yoga mat if you'd like to. Rotate in the opposite direction. And then come back. So this is something that I do that I find very helpful. Take one of your feet. In this instance, I'm going to take my left foot and place it over top of my right foot. And I'm going to be lifting my feet up into the air and holding on to my feet. So basically I'm bouncing right on my butt here. I want to lean over. Like I said, in this instance, I'm leaning over on my left. And I'm just going to rock back and forth, side to side, on my left butt cheek. So if you're feeling like you're using too much abdominals, then you take your hand and place it on the floor. That's okay. Then that gives you a little more area that you can work on. So what I'm doing is I'm just massaging my glutes into the floor. So if your glutes are very, very tight, and a lot of people say, and I firmly believe, the memories are held in the hips. And the glutes hold a lot of memories as well. Thoughts, old thought patterns, old memories, good and bad ones. So trying to imagine that not only are you releasing and relaxing these muscles, in turn they're going to help strengthen and lengthen the back muscles and the hamstrings, but it's also maybe opening up some channels, getting some stuff moving, changing some ways. So then we're going to do the other side. And again, whatever you can use your hand, balance on the floor, or it can be an abdominal workout as well, whatever you like. Oh, yoga is a way to bring attention to yourself, to bring attention to your magnificent, amazing body, and all the magnificent, amazing things that our physical body does. I'm not even talking about spiritual body or your chakras or your koshas or your soul even. None of that. Just your physical body. So, taking the time every day, whenever, like I'm doing today, to love on yourself, to honor yourself, to ease, to bring joy. So here's just another little part that you can do, and you can do it faster or slower. You can do more or less. Thank you so much. Namaste.